Last year, Maker Studios bought Blip.tv, and most people thought it was so that Maker could start moving their creators off of YouTube and onto their own platform where they can make more money. Well, now we have the full story of what's actually happening, so they say. I'll tell you what it is right after this. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer, and it's Tuesday, which means it's time to take a look at the online video news from last week and talk about the implications that it has for us as creators. And the main story that stood out to me last week is about what Maker Studios is doing with Blip.tv, now known as Maker.tv. It kind of made sense on some levels for Maker to build their own video platform so they don't have to split the ad revenue with Google. They can keep it all themselves. They have their own site that they completely control, that they're not just kind of at the whim of whatever YouTube decides to do. But there's also a lot of really bad ideas about why you shouldn't take your creators off of YouTube and put them onto your own platform. Well, now that Maker.tv has launched, Maker said it actually has everything to do with their name. They said creators know us, we'll go to conventions, and Maker's booth will get sworn. We want to lean into that brand where it makes sense. YouTube is a great place to build an audience. It's not necessarily the best place to build a brand. And what they mean by that is that us as creators and people in the industry, we totally have heard of Maker. We know what Maker is all about, but people who aren't creators in this space, like people who subscribe to Toby Turner and to Epic Rap Battles of History and to PewDiePie, like those people probably haven't heard of Maker Studios, and this is kind of their way of getting their name out there a little bit more. Makes sense, I guess, but do you believe it or not? I would like to hear from you guys in the comments below. How much of this do you feel like really at its heart is like a backup contingency? Like if something goes wrong with YouTube or YouTube goes a direction they don't want, Maker's like, good thing we have Maker.tv all ready to go over here to the side, you know, like, and then maybe Maker wants to use it so they have more leverage with the deals that they make and how they work with YouTube and stuff. Another new product from Maker Studios is Maker Offers, and this is where a brand can come in and distribute their message to thousands of creators. Those creators can then take that message, integrate it into their videos, submit those videos for approval, and after they're approved, I'm assuming that those videos then get a higher CPM than their normal videos do. Kind of like what I understand Fullscreen's guerrilla campaigns, kind of how that functions. I'm not a partner at Maker nor Fullscreen. Actually, I'm only partnered directly with YouTube, so I haven't been involved in either of those two programs myself to be able to say exactly, but that's what it seems and sounds like based on what I've read. And if any of you guys have heard differently, please comment below and set me straight as you usually do. Thank you very much for that. Also, last week, some data came out that I thought would be interesting to you guys about how viewers are interacting with YouTube and consuming data here. The links to all this research and stuff is in the description below, so you want to go check it out and get more information, you can. But the ones that stood out the most to me is, did you know that original digital video content consumption from among adults is up by 15% this year over last year? Not just on YouTube, but on online video in general, including like Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, like all those online video platforms. And then what these viewers do after watching one of these videos is 25% of them, so 1 in 4, will then go on social media and talk about it publicly on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, wherever their social presence happens to be, which is really good for us as creators. Compare that 25% statistic to only 15% of people doing that about TV content that they watch. And it turns out that the social media sharing is actually the second biggest influencer of how people are now finding videos online that they're going to watch. And when people find those videos, what device do they actually use to watch them on? Well, the desktop from this point last year to today isn't really, it grew a little bit, but not a lot. But man, look at those internet connected televisions, or look at that smartphone or that tablet or that iPod Touch. Like, these statistics to me obviously indicate that more and more people are watching videos on other devices besides the desktop. And so it's becoming increasingly important for us as creators to think through, how do we interact and engage with people who are viewing on those different platforms, those different devices. Like, for example, if someone is watching your video on their iPad, if they want to comment, maybe you'll notice that that comment window pops right up in front of the video and they can no longer watch your video while they're doing it. That's really annoying. I wish YouTube would fix that. So if you look at your YouTube analytics and you see that a high percentage of your viewers are watching your videos on their tablets, but you're getting like a low conversion of of views to commenters, like maybe that's why. And you should adjust your content to maybe compensate for that. Like putting a question you're asking your viewers at the very, very, very end of your video so that the people can leave a comment after the video is over rather than feeling like they're commenting while they're missing things that's happening beneath their commenting area. And the other statistic that I thought was interesting compares engagement on YouTube to engagement on Facebook pages. Did you know that engagement on YouTube is 20 times higher than it is on a Facebook page? For those of us who are natives here on YouTube, I know this isn't really like a shocker, but it's still good to have data to reinforce what we've all kind of felt and kind of observed here ourselves. I mean, you can promote your content on Facebook on your page, but you have to pay to get the reach you're really looking for. On YouTube, you don't have to do that. Before we wrap up here, guys, I would really love to hear what you guys think about the whole Maker.tv thing. Comment below. Is this a good move for them, a bad move for them? What do you think they're really trying to do? Or maybe this is what they're saying they're doing is legitimately what they're saying they're doing, and that could very possibly be the case, and probably is. I mean, I'm the type of guy, I usually take things at face value until proven otherwise, so I'm kind of just going with what they say. But I'd love to hear from you guys. Comments below what you think, and if this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe. Every week we do news videos just like this to help you guys as creators keep up to date with what's happening in the industry and the impact it can, should, might have on the content that you are creating. Tomorrow on Wednesdays we give you guys some YouTube tips and advice and ideas, suggestions, and then on Thursdays we do some YouTube Q&A with you guys and just answer the questions about the channels that you're developing, the audiences that you're building, because I really do believe that a lot of you guys have messages that could really change people's lives if those people who need to hear what you have to say could just find you and hear what you have to say. So thank you for letting me be a part of helping you guys build your channels and your audiences. Subscribe, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye.